Good morning. Again, we're in Proverbs. Proverbs 15. Words of wisdom. A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. The tongue of the wise uses knowledge rightly, but the mouth of fools pours forth foolishness. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, keeping watch on the evil and the good. A wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness in it breaks the spirit. A fool despises his father's instruction, but he who receives correction is prudent. In the house of the righteous there is much treasure, but in the revenue of the wicked there is trouble. The lips of the wise despise knowledge, but the heart of the fool does not do so. That should be dispersed there. The lips of the wise disperse knowledge, but the heart of the fool does not do so. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but the prayer of the upright is his delight. The way of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but he loves him who follows righteousness. Harsh discipline is for him who forsakes the way, and he who hates correction will die. Hell and destruction are before the Lord, so how much more the hearts of the sons of men? A scoffer does not love one who corrects him, nor will he go to the wise. A merry heart makes a cheerful countenance, but by sorrow of the heart is the spirit broken. The heart of him who has understanding seeks knowledge, but the mouth of fools feeds on foolishness. All the days of the afflicted are evil, but he who is of a merry heart has a continual feast. Better is a little with the fear of the Lord than great treasure with trouble. Better is a diner of herbs where love is than a fatted calf with hatred. A wrathful man stirs up strife, but he is slow to anger, allays content. The way of the lazy man is like a hedge of thorns, but the way of the upright is a highway. A wise son makes a father glad, but a foolish man despises his mother. Folly is a joy to him who is destitute of discernment, but a man of understanding walks upright. Without counsel, plans go away, but in the multitude of counselors they are established. A man has joy by the answer of his mouth, and a word is spoken in due season. How good it is! The way of life winds upward for the wise, that he may turn away from hell below. The Lord will destroy the house of the proud, but he will establish the boundary of the widow. The thoughts of a wicked man are abomination to the Lord, but the words of the pure are pleasant. He who is greedy for gain troubles his own house. Kind of like inheriting the wind. But he who hates bribes will live. The heart of the righteous studies how to answer, but the mouth of the wicked pours forth evil. The Lord is far away from the wicked, but he hears the prayer of the righteous. The light of the eyes rejoices the heart, and a good report makes the bones healthy. The ear that hears the rebukes of life will abide among the wise. He who disdains instruction despises his own soul, but he who heeds rebuke gets understanding. The fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor there is humility. Hank, if we pull on this string here, this ribbon, whatever it is, we can swing on over to Revelation chapter 8. Now today is June 13th, 2024. And nothing really major happened on June 12th, 2024. Did it? Anyways, Revelation chapter 8. The seventh seal, prelude to the seven trumpets. When he opened the seventh seal, there was silence in heaven for about half an hour. And I saw the seven angels who stand before God. And to them were given 7 trumpets. Then another angel, having a golden censer, came and stood at the altar. He was given much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of all the saints upon the golden altar which was before the throne. And the smoke of the incense with the prayers of the saints ascended before God from the angel's hand. Then the angel took the censer, filled it with fire from the altar, and threw it to the earth. And there were noises and thunderings and lightnings and an earthquake. So the 7 angels who had the 7 trumpets prepared themselves to sound. The first trumpet, and all the vegetation was struck. The first angel sounded, and hail and fire mingled with blood, and they were thrown to the earth, and 1/3 of the trees were burned up, and all the green grass was burned up. That reminds me of 2 tree hugger movies from the 70s, No Blade of Grass and Silent Running. I like Silent Running. I like the music from Silent Running. Yeah. No Blade of Grass, a bunch of hippies were trying to save the world. Those were the days, eh? What do you think of that? I think that the 50s, 60s, and 70s were the absolute height of the entire world. Yeah, there was the same trouble as today, but we weren't attacked by our own government in our own country back then. But such as it is, as these things will come to pass here in Revelation chapter 8, it has already begun, mostly because, as it was said Evil only triumphs when good people do nothing. Yep. Anyways. And then the second trumpet. The seas were struck. Then the second angel sounded, and something like a great mountain burning with fire was thrown into the sea, and a third of the sea became blood, and a third of all the living creatures in the seas died, and a third of ships were destroyed. The third trumpet. The waters struck. Then the angel sounded, and a great star fell from heaven, burning like a torch, and it fell on a third of the rivers and on the springs of water. The name of the star is wormwood. A third of the waters became wormwood, and many men died from the water because it was made bitter. The fourth trumpet. The heavens were struck. Then the fourth angel sounded, and a third of the sun was struck, and a third of the moon, and a third of the stars, so that a third of them were darkened, and a third of them did not shine, and likewise the night. And I looked, and I heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, because the remaining blasts of the trumpet of the three angels who are about to sound. So you carry on as you are carrying on, and these things you will see. But if you repent and turn to the Lord your God, He will have mercy on you. But if you come to the Lord, you turn your sin, your iniquities, and come to Jesus, the Lord will bless you and keep you. The Lord will make His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord will lift up His countenance to you, and He will give you peace. The Lord will be a shield about you. He will be your glory and the one who lifts up your head. You will cry to the Lord with your voice, and He will hear you from His holy hill. So the Lord do that for you today. The Lord bless you and keep you, make His face shine upon you. Be a shield about you and the lifter of your chin. God bless you. Have a good day.